Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting into the holiday spirit by diving into Sweden's unique Christmas traditions. The last one we checked out were those from Finland, their unique Christmas traditions, and I was rather surprised by the traditions I saw that they practiced in Finland. And I'm here again to react to this video of Sweden's unique Christmas traditions. Let's see if the Nordic countries have some similar Christmas traditions, or let's say between Sweden and Finland, right? Let's check it out, guys.
You guys, it's that time of year again. We are now
Oh
well
yeah.
and truly on the countdown to Christmas.
Oh, is that guy some kind of Santa or what? Like, this is the second video I'm seeing him appear wearing a Santa's attire. Like the last one I reacted to that was just talking about the Yule bug or something. He was in that video as a Santa. Is he actually a Santa or what? Why am I seeing him in all the videos?
Weeks ago, I'm sure lots of us are getting super excited for some quality time with our family, some great Christmas food, and lots of Christmas traditions. And since this is my third Christmas since I moved here to Sweden, and also because this is my first Christmas since making a YouTube channel, I thought it'd be fun today to dig into some of my favourite Christmas traditions that I picked up here in Sweden. And I decided if I was going to be channeling Swedish Christmas today, I needed a backdrop fit for the occasion. So as you'll see all around me today, there's lots of different bits and pieces that might look familiar to my Swedish viewers out there. You gotta let me know what you think down in the comments section below. So yes, today I thought I'd dig into 5 of my favourite Swedish Christmas traditions, and for those of you at home wondering if I'm really up to the challenge, well, this is my third Christmas season here in Sweden, and last year I actually spent my first actual Christmas in Sweden instead of back home in the UK, so I feel like I've got lots of different experiences to draw on, but I'm excited to see if you guys agree with my top 5, or if there are other Christmas traditions here in Sweden that you think really make the occasion and you could not do without. So with that said, let's jump into my top 5 Swedish Christmas traditions, and make sure you guys let me know at the end if you agree or not. Here we go.
Hey.
And kicking us off at the first place on my list today is the one and only thing that I think of every time you say the words Swedish Christmas. Rödbet salad. And I'm sure that this one won't come as a shock to those of you that have watched a few of my videos, because I've talked about rödbet salad or beetroot salad before. It's this very special kind of salad that I have here in Sweden, of course based in beetroot.
What kind of salad is this? Doesn't look like the one I know.
You can of course buy it any time, but it's very normal that you see it on the Yule board as part of the kind of Christmas dinner that I have here in Sweden, and it is just divine. Now, if you've not tried Swedish rödbet salad for yourself, I can understand that you might be a little bit baffled by this point, because how could a salad possibly remind me of Christmas? But let me tell you what, do not knock it until you try it. There is something about this that's just completely synonymous with the Christmas season. As I say, it's something you're going to see more and more throughout the shops and in all the restaurants in the run up to the Christmas season, and it's just one of those things that brings back warm and cozy memories. I'd love to be able to show you what I'm talking about in the flesh instead of with pictures, but I've actually just finished polishing off another tub of rödbet salad. It doesn't last very long in my house, so it's just not something that I've got on hand to show you.
Must
And whilst
really
we're on the topic of
tasty.
Swedish
Nice.
Christmas foods, the second thing on my list today is julskinka. And I'm pretty convinced that lots of you will already be familiar with julskinka, especially if you spend a lot of time in IKEA in the run up to Christmas, because julskinka is the Swedish term for Christmas ham, and again it's one of those foods that gets served during the Christmas celebration here in Sweden. It's this uncooked, salt-cured ham that is just absolutely game-changing. Yes, you guys, if you're spending this Christmas season with a Swede, the chances are you will get very familiar with julskinka, because it's one of those dishes that you have loads and loads left over of, so the chances are you're going to be eating this all the way up until New Year. But I don't see that as a bad thing at all, because as I say, there is something just so cozy and so Christmassy about it. Can't really put my finger on what, but it's really well spiced, and then the season's really well done, and then you've got that salt on top.
What's this?
There's just something.
Is this some kind of meat or what? What's that? Doesn't look familiar at all. Like, I don't know what that is.
Really special about it, and you cut it up into these huge chunks and lather it on top with lots of sweet mustard. And I have to tell you, I could just dig into this for lunch every day. And for those of you international viewers out there who are spending your first Christmas in Sweden or having your first Christmas Yule board this year, I can tell you that julskinka is definitely something you want to keep your eyes out for, especially if you're allergic or don't like fish, because there's a lot of fish in the Swedish Christmas tradition, but julskinka is a safe bet that you can go to time after time, fill up and really enjoy yourself. As I've said before, since moving here to Sweden, I really learned to enjoy lots of different fishes, but I know it's something that can be a little bit scary for for some people. So as I say, julklappslek is a great place to start because you know what you're getting and it does not disappoint. The third Swedish Christmas tradition that I've learned to absolutely love since I moved here is the julkalender. Julkalender literally translates to Christmas calendar, and it's something that's become a bit of a tradition here in Sweden. Every single year, the national broadcaster SVT create this story that they broadcast on TV and then one on radio too for all of the children, and the idea is that every single day in the lead up to Christmas, just like with a normal advent calendar, you get a new episode of the radio show and a new one of the TV show to enjoy and learn the next part of the story. And although this tradition was predominantly created for children, if you ask any Swede out there, they will all have their favourites. Lots of people still watch it when they're adults because it just really puts them into the Christmas mood in the same way that watching a Christmas movie does, and I can see why. There's something really cozy about getting in front of the TV every morning for 15 minutes at 7:15 to watch the next instalment of the julkalender and find out how the story develops. And I have to say, this one is particularly useful for those of you guys out there that are learning Swedish for the first time because they're using really easy Swedish words to make sure that the kids can follow along, and it's something that I used to practice when I first moved here to Sweden and actually before as well. So if you haven't been watching this year and you want to get up to date, you can download the SVT app, SVT Play, and then you can check out the last 15 or so episodes and get ready for the rest of the story and see how it develops in the lead up to the 24th. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this year's story about a family of thieves and the adventures and mischief that they get up to in the lead up to Christmas, and I'm excited to see how the story ends. I don't feel like I actually have my own favourite yet because, as I say, I've only seen about 3 or 4 different variations, but I would love to hear from my Swedish viewers out there, what are the best and most classic julkalenders that you think that those of us from the rest of the world need to be checking out. Share your favourites in the comment section down below, and who knows, maybe next year I will be getting cozy with the old classics of the julkalender as well as enjoying the new story. And whilst we're on the topic of things that Swedes do in the run up to Christmas to really get in that Christmas mood, the fourth thing on my list today, the Swedish Christmas traditions I absolutely love, is advent fika. Now, no matter where you're from in the world, if you celebrate Christmas, you're probably familiar with the Christian tradition of Advent, which is basically the celebration of the 4 Sundays that lead up to the actual Christmas.
I'm not Swedish, but I know that at least because I was once a Catholic, and I know in the Catholic, I was once a Catholic, and I know in Catholic we have the Advent, we have the season of Advent, and I know it's the 4 Sundays down to when Christmas comes in. Yeah, so I know that.
Christmas Day celebration, and here in Sweden they still honour those 4 Sundays with lots of different celebrations and activities with the family to really get you in that Christmas cozy mood. Actually, if you look behind me, you will see the Advent use as an example of the candles that are used here in Sweden, that you light one every single Sunday in the lead up to Christmas. And while you're lighting those candles, you will probably also sit down with your family, crack out some glögg and some pepparkakor and get into the fika zone. Yes, that's right, you guys, as we know by now, the Swedes love to fika. And if you're not familiar with fika, it's that tradition where people come together, they socialise, and they usually have some sort of hot drink and maybe a sweet light snack or cake or treat. And that's the same when it comes to the Advent season, except with some very special Christmas additions. And 2 of the most traditional ways to enjoy your Advent fika is with some glögg, which you warm up or prepare boiled, and of course some pepparkakor or gingerbread. And as we know by now, the Swedes love their fika, so you can guarantee that it won't just be pepparkakor that you're having during your Advent fika. They will probably be preparing all sorts of different Christmas treats for you to enjoy, one of which is the lussekatter, which is like a saffron bun, which has been shaped into...
This looks like croissant, if I'm correct, but they look like, but I don't think these are croissants.
Like a figure of 8 style. It's almost like a cat, which is how it gets its name, lussekatter. And yeah, there's lots of different varieties of both lussekatter and then other Christmas fika treats for you to enjoy. Again, Swedes out there, let us know down below what are the best Advent fika treats that you think people should be baking and trying for the first time this year. And to be honest with you guys, fika is cozy at all times of years, let alone when we get into that Christmas season when you're wrapped up warm at home, it's cold and dark outside, you light the candles and you have that social time with your family and a sweet treat and your glögg. It of course has to be one of my favourite Swedish Christmas traditions. And in this video, we talked a lot about the different Swedish Christmas traditions that you can enjoy in the lead up to the actual Christmas day. But my fifth and final stop on this list today is something that most people will be enjoying on actual Christmas day here in Sweden. Yes, because once you've enjoyed all of that julbord food and you are suitably filled, one of the next things you'll be doing probably in your Christmas celebrations is the Julklappslek, which is basically a present game. And the best way to describe this one is that it's a little bit similar to the Secret Santa tradition that we have in the UK and America and in other places in the world. The difference being though, you don't buy a present for just one specific person. Instead, you buy a present that you contribute to the table. There's probably some sort of value limit, so you can't spend over, for example, 50 crowns or 100 crowns, and you're supposed to be inventive. Go away, buy something, wrap it up, and then you compete with everybody else that you're celebrating Christmas with to win as many presents as possible. So there is no guarantee that you get a present to go home with. In fact, if you're bad at the game, you might actually be going home with absolutely nothing. But the fun is to try and win the presents that you think look the most exciting or the most interesting. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm well and truly in the Christmas mood now after this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Do you agree with my top 5 Swedish Christmas traditions, or is there something else you think I missed, or something else that really gets you into that cozy Christmas zone? You can let me know down in the comments below. Equally, if you're from abroad, why not tell me how you're celebrating Christmas? It's always fun to share and learn about new traditions, so I can't wait to read those in the comment section down below. And then that's all I've got time for today, you guys. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could turn on that notification bell. You know by now that notifies you of all of my new videos, and I post every week, so then you'll be ready for the next one when it comes out. Give me a like if you haven't done so already. That really means a lot to me. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate your time and that you guys come back week after week to check out my videos. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good day whatever you're doing, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Wow. What Christmas traditions? Well, nothing really sounded familiar to me except the salad. Yeah, but then the salad kind of looks different from the one I'm used to seeing here in Nigeria. That one looks kind of purple in color. Yeah, I know we have the purple cabbage, but then the ones we are very used to in Nigeria here are the white cabbage. The white cabbage, we use them for salads. We mix them with carrots and then maybe sometimes baked beans or some macaroni, and then with mayonnaise. Mix them all together to make our salad. That's a typical salad in a Nigerian home. And yeah, we get to eat salad almost every other day. So it's not, I can't categorize it amongst the unique traditions we have here in Nigeria. But then if I were to talk about some unique traditions we have in Nigeria, number one would be the coming together of family members, maybe someone you've not probably seen for maybe in a year, throughout the whole year, you haven't maybe seen that person, you get to see them during the Christmas period. It's a time where families come together. Maybe those that are living in cities go back home to their villages to spend Christmas with their loved ones, with their parents, with their siblings, with their uncles, aunties, and cousins. Yeah, that's one unique Christmas traditions we have here in Nigeria. Another one is, of course, food. Lots and lots of food. It's a season where you get to see excess food everywhere. If you visit anyone, you can actually visit people unannounced, and then you will be sure to get some food to eat, which doesn't really happen every other day. So I could say that's also a unique tradition, a unique Christmas tradition here in Nigeria. You can visit people unannounced during the Christmas period, during the Christmas season, and you get well served and fed. And another one I would say is wearing new clothes. Well, that's for the kids, because most adults don't really care about new clothes. But it's a tradition where in every household, so far as their children, their parents get to buy them clothes so that they will know that, oh, Christmas clothes, my Christmas shoes. So yeah, that's also another unique tradition we have here in Nigeria. Another unique Christmas tradition, getting new clothes. Another unique Christmas tradition in Nigeria here is getting of gifts. We, the parents, get gifts for our kids. We wrap them up and then put them under the Christmas tree, maybe while the kids are asleep. And when they wake up, you give it to them and you tell them it's from Santa. And little children, with their innocence, they believe you. They believe it's actually from Santa. Since we here in Nigeria don't have the Santas like the Finns do in Rovaniemi, We, the parents, are our children's Santas, but they don't know that. That's a secret, so don't tell them. Yeah. So we buy those gifts, we wrap them up, and then in the morning of Christmas, that's the 25th of December, the kids wake up and then they head straight to the Christmas tree and then they pick the gifts. Each gift has every child's name on it. You pick the one that belongs to you and then you open it and you're happy and you're like, oh, I got a gift from Santa. But then when they grow up, they get to know that, oh, these were all tricks played on them by their parents. So yeah, so I couldn't relate with most of the things this guy mentioned in his video, but I was glad to learn about them, to learn about the Sweden's unique Christmas traditions. I couldn't relate to them, but then, yeah, that's why we're different, right? I'm from Nigeria and he's in Sweden. He's a Briton who lives in Sweden and he shared it with us, which I was glad to have watched because I love to learn about various different traditions. And I didn't see any similarities with those of Finland. You know, I reacted to a video about unique Christmas traditions in Finland, and I saw some surprising things where some guys dressed as bugs, the U bugs, they go house to house demanding for food forcefully. I didn't see any of that. He didn't mention anything like that. Yeah. So, and I didn't really see any similarities. Well, maybe except for the aspect of food. The season where there's a lot of food to eat and drink. So yeah, that's just the only similarity I found between the Sweden and Finland Christmas traditions. But then it was all good. I enjoyed the video. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead, like this video, share it with your friends. And if you want to watch the video uninterrupted, head on to my description. The link to the video is in my description. And guys, I apologize in case you heard some voices in the background. I have some little kids outside playing in the compound. Yeah, they are all on break. It's holiday season, right? So the kids are all over the place making noise. I apologize if you heard any unwanted sounds in the background of the video. That's what happened. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye.